Hello and welcome to, well, basically some starting tips. Even though this game's been out for a while, everybody plays differently. This is just one of the more entertaining ways you can start the game. This is the way my dad starts the game, to be honest, and I usually don't do this, but it's actually a very entertaining way to do it. Now, yes, I have the AAK, and yes, I only have those two scout trucks. And, as you can see right here, I'm only level 2. Yes, it is possible, and yes, it is doable. Very, very carefully. This is also unmodded, so you can do this even if you don't play with mods, or if you don't have any of the DLC, you can still do this. You can still get to the NK without any of the DLC, anything like that. Or even mods to begin with. Now, as you can see, this is the only garage I actually have open. So if you go to the map, I don't even have this garage over here open. Now, I'm actually going to go more or less step by step of what I did. Or how my dad does it. Because I will actually probably put up the whole thing he does, his whole list. I'm not kidding when I say that. His whole list of stuff that he does. It is a pretty long list, but some of these things you don't have to do. I pretty much stopped as soon as I got the ANK. You could do more that I could have done, which involves going to Merida. Which involves going to here, Lake COVID, and Merida in Glenora Peninsula to get the S750, the GMC's all-wheel drive, and the lift kit for all that. So basically, to get the upgrades for the S750 and the GMC, he goes here right after he gets the ANK. I'm not gonna do that because it just takes an hour. It takes hours to do because snow. But first of all, alright, so now let's get to the actual part you probably want to hear. So, as you know, you start right over here. First thing you want to do is, believe it or not, don't go this way. Go this way. Up here, grab this tower, keep going along, go up here. Now, up here is the Chevy's, the pickup trucks, the suspension for it. You're going to want to grab that. Then you're going to have to drive down back, go over here. Now, here is a bit of a thing that I did instead of what he does usually. I went and got fuel, then I went over to get, and then there's the engine upgrade, the biggest engine for the Chevy over here. I'm going to grab that as well, because it's on the way and it's there. Now, you don't want to go down here because the barricades are still here. Since you haven't got the garage yet, you don't want to do that. And you want to drive over to here. Obviously, go all the way over here. And then all the way over here, get the International Scout 800. Okay, then drive all the way. Well, actually, when you get here with the Scout 800 and the Chevy Kodiak, get into the Scout 800 and refuel the Chevy. It'll just make your life easier, instead of having to travel all the way back to get fuel and then make yourself even more annoyed. But that is just one of the steps on the sheet. I already said it, but I will put the sheet up of everything he does, because he has it written down. Do that. Now, this is a little bit of the weird part. Yeah, now, you can do this 2 different ways. I did it this way. I went over to here, to Smithville, and then got the garage here. Then went back. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. There it is. Then I went back here and did this. Then, obviously, drove all the way through all of this. Don't want to go off through here because, obviously, the barricade's right here. You can't really do that. So, you gotta drive up this way like that. Go all the way back around over to here. Then, made sure I grabbed this trailer to make sure I got the XP from it. Then I grabbed this truck, got the XP from that. Then I got the tower from this one to get the XP from that as well. Then, actually, I did the little, what was it? Either the contract or task over here to just grab those service spare parts. It's the easiest one to do since you can grab them from right over here. You can do it with the Scout and just move them over here. That should get you enough XP to get, well, the Chevy and the International Scout. They should be able to get you both of those to, well, those tires that they have. The all-terrain tires, which you actually kind of need, kind of don't need. Oh, then after that, where EJ? There. Then you want to upgrade both this truck and the International Scout, which you should have both of, obviously. Which you basically upgrade both of these. Do what you can. Go to Alaska. And with the International Scout, since the International Scout is the only thing that can actually have a roof rack on it, immediately you're going to want to put that on it and just tires on it, and you'll be fine there. The Chevy, you could put either, well, you're going to want to get the race suspension, then you're going to get all-terrain tires. If you're me, I prefer, well, these ones. I'm pretty sure most people do, just because mud. But you can use whichever ones you want. It doesn't really matter at that point. But, okay. So, you have your two trucks. Now you're in Alaska. This is where things get a little bit more interesting with things. It's gonna load here just to make things a little bit more easier on myself. Now, I actually have a video of me getting the A and K from this garage with both the Chevy and the Scout. I may or may not do anything with that. I don't know for sure. Alright, I cut that loading time out because it was just kind of annoying. But anyway, now we are in Alaska, as you can see right here. I just wanted to do that because it's easy with the map, and I don't have to struggle going between the maps all the damn time every time I want to switch between different maps. But, local map, there we go, that's what I want. From here, with the two Scout truck you're using, obviously I use the Chevy and the Scout 800. From there, move from, it's pretty easy to see where I went. From right here, just go right through here. Now, you're going to turn over here, and there's a few spots over here you can just go right underneath the Alaska pipeline. It's very simple. Very simple. Just go right underneath it. It can be a little bit annoying, a little bit of drag. You kind of have to winch. You kind of have to support winch both trucks out of it. You can actually do this entire thing with just one truck. It's just a better idea to go with two, and that's the better reason why you want to go with the, the Scout 800 and the Chevy. Just, it makes life easier. Drive through here, very simple. When you get to here, this is actually very simple to get around. You just literally drive to the left of it and you can get around it fairly easily. It doesn't matter what you do, any truck can get around it. It's fairly easy to get around. If you're having trouble with this spot, I don't really know what to help you because I got through it very simply, but I've been doing this. I've done it a few times because I like getting the NK just normally. But very simple drive all the way over here. Obviously, you can't go through here. And then go to here, get fuel, do whatever, both trucks, one truck, whatever, it doesn't matter. Drive through here. Now, what the Chevy and the Scout 800 can go right through this. They'll be fine. They'll be perfectly fine. They won't take any water damage or anything like that. You can go right through it, even without a snorkel. So, you're fine. Get to the mountain lake, or mountain river. Obviously, you'll pop out right over here. Very simple drive all the way over here. Now, when you get by the service hub, if you're taking any damage or drove recklessly for XYZ reasons, go ahead and stop here with both trucks, and that way you can both get room. That way, and you can get repair points on the Scout 800 because it carries them with it, and it comes in handy. And it says the Chevy can't until level, I don't remember what, but it can't. And but the Scout 800 can. Then go through here, very simple. You should know how to get through this. You just drive around it. Get fuel again right here, because it's better to have it and not need it than not have it. Then, that's also why you have the Scout 800, though. So, you don't really have to get fuel here. I did, just because I could. Then, obviously onto Pedro Bay. And, you know, pop out right over here. Now, over here, if you remember ever driving here with just all-terrain tires is very annoying, but doable. It's very annoying, just, it's doable, just very annoying. Because you're going to be sliding the entire way down here. I recommend driving one truck at a time over here. It made it easier for me. If you do it with both trucks at the same time, it works, that's perfectly fine. Because you're not going to have tire chains at level 2, so, you know. Then, as we drive through here, Turn left here, pretty much go all the way over here, all that, all that, all that, and ANK right over here, as you should know, if you've been playing this game for a while, and just wanted to look for a different start to do. That involves getting a different truck other than the Taiga for once in your life, because most starts that I say, they always recommend getting the Taiga, which is very just boring. It's just very boring. And now to get the, and people say that because the Taiga is more or less the best middle of the ground truck in the game. Now to get the Taiga, I will show you here very, very simply. Start right here, drive all the way through here, all the way through here. Taiga should be around here. You just have to repair it, and then you can recover it back to the garage. And ta-da, you have the Taiga. The thing now that I'm going to argue is the ANK is better is because the ANK starts off with off-road tires, and the Taiga only starts off with all-terrain tires. So there's that. You could say the Taiga's better just because it has more fuel capacity, and it has the big mud tires, but now the ANK can have those big mud tires, so... Granted, the Taiga is a lot more modular, and you can actually carry a big trailer with it, so you have that, but... Whatever. It's more fun with the ANK. The ANK is more fun. The ANK looks better, too. ANK just looks better. And obviously, you can do this completely unmodded, so that's the big thing. You're only going to need to obviously get those 2 scout trucks, and you'll be freaking great. But you're also going to have to be level 2 to do that. You're going to have to do some of the other steps that I already said, basically to get the all-terrain tires for both of those 2 trucks, and then you're going to have a truck that just has off-road tires and is fairly easy to get to. Bit of trouble, not too much, but this is one start that my dad does. Now, granted, he does more than this. Again, I will put the freaking list up later. There's so many things. There are so many things. Basically, he also gets the all-wheel drive for the GMC, since the GMC is his favorite truck, and the all-wheel drive and lift kit for the F750, gets the F750, with the ANK, obviously, and the V10 for it as well. Now, I will not talk through how to do that, because I didn't do it, and that would take an hour to do, and I really don't want to do it. Basically, it involves using a scout truck pulling behind the ANK, one of the scout fuel trailers. More or less, you're going to use Scout 800, since Scout 800, A, has repair points, and B has... well, it has repair points. And you can use the ANK pretty much all the time in, like, COVID. There's actually a very, very easy way to get the all-wheel drive for the F750. It's very, very simple how to get it, if you've been playing the game enough. I will probably walk through that if anybody wants me to. It's fairly simple to do. I will probably do it here in a second, but that is a new game, a different start than most people, because, like I said, most people go to not the ANK, what's she called? The Taiga. Again, though, I'm pretty sure I said this, but I'm sure or not. I need a script. I really need to do that, but in Pedro Bay, you can get the lift kit for the ANK, so you can have the mud tires for it when you're leveled enough. But really, the 47-inch tires on this thing are more than perfect. Trying to raise this truck up and put bigger tires underneath it, you're just gonna have a bad day. You really don't need the engine upgrade for this truck either. They need the engine upgrades. There are 2 of them. Obviously, there's one in Alaska and one in Michigan. You really don't need either of them to either to do anything in Michigan or to do anything in really any map. Really, once you have off-road tires, you're fine. You can do pretty much anything on any map. Granted, tire chains are a lot more helpful in snow, but whatever. Even though I've never wanted to use this truck with tire chains. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever used this truck with tire chains. So, yeah. But, anyway, again, that's a no start. If you want me to do the part of, like, COVID, or how the hell you say it, Corva. How do you shit? The Canola Peninsula, like Corva, like that place, and in Merida, those 2 places you gotta do. I'll mess up. But, anyway, like, subscribe, share video, comment if you want me to do that part. And Anything else? No, no. I hope you enjoyed. I hope the start is a fun thing you may find fun or not to do. It's not really a tip, it's just a fun thing to do. It's a different start. And, well, bye-bye.